Welcome back to the show, everybody. This first game is quite nice, and it's actually the third game of the day, but I put it as the first because it was the best game, and I wanted everybody to see it. On that break, we got a stripe and a solid to fall, so there's a nice potential for a perfect game here for a full table run out. Now it's just a matter of taking stripes or solids, and the stripes looked the best. As you see there, I put some draw with possibly a little bit of right so it would break up that other stripe, and I left myself perfect for it and kind of spread the balls a little better. We got a nice side pocket here. I think what we'll do is almost put a stop on it, and of course with the angle that the cue ball hit, it continues to roll a little bit. Now we have this stripe here going into the side pocket. The cue ball will follow up to the top rail and back to the middle of the table on the right side here, leaving us for this stripe. Now this last stripe, guys, it looks easy enough, but that four ball is a little bit in the way, so I put some inside spin there, and the deflection line actually kicked it to the outside of the four ball, and then it spun back into the ball, which was perfect. As you saw, the cue ball came off the rail, perfect for the 8-ball and the nice win. Now that we got the run out of the way, I'd like to get this perfect game. So if we could just clear these last six solids, starting with this 4-ball. Actually, I'm sorry, guys, that was the 7-ball into the side pocket. Leaves ourselves really good for this 3-ball. Now we're going to come off the rail. Actually, just stay a little short of the rail so we can get this ball that's tied up on the bottom here. And I believe I put a little bit of top or follow. And now the hardest shot here is this bank. As you see, it's a cross bank, which I'm pretty good at, as long as there's not too much cut on it. And I really like the way the cue ball came off, leaving us perfect for the 4-ball. And now, even though this shot is very easy, there's some pressure because it's for the perfect game. We drop it down. Let that cue ball just, come off naturally with a very small amount of pace. And that way there's no worry of scratching. Now, guys, it's just a matter of celebrating. Of course, this was the celebration for the third and final game, but like I said, I put it first. So now this game here was the first game, and we had a nice break, but it didn't look like any balls fell. So now it's a matter of picking for player 2, stripes or solids. And it looks like the stripes, this first shot's going to be a combo, and put some draw on it. And this shot here, guys, I wanted to sneak this stripe past that 6-ball in the left-hand corner, but as you'll see, I just mishit it just a touch. And so now player 1's back up for his run-out attempt as the balls lie, and taking that 4-ball into the side with the nice cut. Cue ball comes off and goes up to the top rail, back down, and then into the middle of the table. And we have a nice look here on this 5. What we'll do is we'll put some low left, and that cue ball is going to be sent straight at the corner pocket, clearing those 2 balls. We wanted to get the stripe out of the way, but it was fine that the solid followed. Now we just need to call this 7-ball off the stripe. Cue ball is left pretty nice here for the 2-ball. And let's get that. And then as you see, I put a lot of draw on it because I wanted to come back down for that 3-ball or even get to the right side of the 1. But I rolled it a little bit too far. I hit it just a little too hard, but that's okay because we have a look at this side pocket, even though it was very tough. Cue ball is got a lot of distance on this last solid. But that's not such a big deal when the 3-ball's close enough to the corner. So we just want to get a nice stroke and that stripe trapping the cue ball there leaves us with a long shot, but I'm going to put some low, almost a stop shot here, but carry it a little bit to get a draw and put that 8-ball out of its misery. So guys, we had a real nice run out, and now it's just a matter of clearing these last 5 balls just to keep the streak going, which I like to do. As if you've seen the show before, you know that. I'm always practicing for my perfect games, guys. Even though it's no potential for a perfect game, it's still nice to clear out the last remaining balls after a run out. So here we're going to come off the rail, and we just barely tapped that stripe, which was good because it actually pushed it a little closer to the left corner pocket. The cue ball will come off naturally up to the top rail and back down. Now, you don't want to hit it too hard, guys, because then you're going to be buried and you'll have to make a tough bank. But we left the cue ball perfect and finished out those balls. And I did enjoy that game. The reason I was disappointed in the look there was because I was still thinking about that stripe I missed earlier for the player 2's run-out attempt. But this last game, guys, is very interesting. It was a nice game. Balls were spread pretty good, but as you see on the right-hand side of the table, there's a lot of grouping, a conglomerate of balls. So with that being said, we got to figure out how we're going to get that 13 ball out of there if we choose to take the stripes, which we do. There's a lot of balls sitting around the corner pockets and the side pockets. So let's take that first stripe. Unfortunately, I couldn't get to this stripe on the top rail. So instead, I chose to do a massé here. I enjoy those massés. There wasn't a whole lot of swerve that we needed there, but it was just enough to get around that, what looks like the 3 ball, or that solid, whatever it is. And we hit that a little harder, so we still can't get to that top stripe. But we did leave ourselves with an incredibly difficult combo. The only reason I say that is because we're going to have to use the solid that's tying up that corner pocket and kind of what would be like considered a carom, using the object ball off of that solid, which we got real nice. Now, guys, we have a tough bank here. Unfortunately, I hit the 7 first, missed, and so now we're going to have a run-out attempt for the player up and take the solids. I don't believe there was a ball on the break, so I believe this is player 1's run-out attempt as the balls lie. Here we should put more inside English here, guys, but I figured I could get around those stripes. Had we put inside English, we would have come off the rail and then kicked back left. But that's okay. We still have a look at this 4 ball in the corner. As you see, that 5 ball was right there too, and I didn't want to hit the 5 first because I thought the ball might rattle just the way it was lying. So I decided to go for the just catch that 4 ball first, and it was so close. If a referee was standing over it, it would have really been their opinion. It looked like a tie as far as the cue ball hit both the 5 and the 4 at the same time. If you put it in slow motion and blew up the shot, you might see that the cue ball may have hit the 5 first, but in real time, a ref would have had a real difficult time judging that one, guys. But in all honesty, it did look like the cue ball did touch the 5 a millisecond before the 4, which would have negated this run out. But it was still a nice game, so I decided to show it to you. Hope you enjoyed it.